and welcome to another ARM software developer breakdown. My name is Robert Wolf, and in this video, Valentine Viennot, product manager from Canonical, will continue building out his Innovation Lab demo. This time, we'll be remotely deploying a VM running on the LXD cluster with VSCode, all from Valentin's Pi 400. If you missed any of the previous parts to this series, please cruise on down to the description and find the part that you are on. Valentine, so far, you've given a great overview of the demo, explored your hardware setup and software dependencies, and you got your LXD cluster up and running with your Raspberry Pis. Now it's time to remotely deploy something. So please, could you tell us a little bit more about what you're going to be doing in this video?
Yeah, so today we're going to be an ARM developer with a microcloud as an innovation lab in the back of the office. And we're going to launch a virtual machine with Ubuntu, and we're going to use VS Code to remotely code, as you said, Robert. So let's already do it. Okay, so as I remember, we do have clustered together all the Raspberry Pis. You can see the 4 of them. And we don't have anything running in the cluster at the moment. So we are going to use the LXD command line to launch a virtual machine. But first, let's configure the default profile to make it exactly what we want it to be. So we're going to disable the secure boot because not so many images for ARM don't have the secure boot enabled. This is not very important here, so we're just going to disable it and avoid some troubles. I'm going to configure the limits, the resources limits of my virtual machine just to make sure that I'm using all the resources available and that have got the best experience possible. So this is limiting the memories for RAM. This is limiting the CPU usage, and that's it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch a VM. I'm going to use the LXD launch. And I'm going to use a Ubuntu VM because I'm from Canonical, but you could be using CentOS, you could be using a Fedora or whatever you want to use. I'm going to name the VM development 1. I'm going to tell LXD that it's a VM, virtual machine. So now, for the first time, it's going to take quite long because it has to download the image for the first time and to initialize it. A virtual machine takes a bit longer also than a container, but it's fairly quicker than if we were onto the machine. All right, so we now have launched the virtual machine. We can LXD list to see how it is running, and it has an IP address from my home router, and that's good. I'm going to shell into it quickly just to see what's happening there. And you see I'm root on a Ubuntu machine. It's pretty empty at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to configure my Raspberry Pi 400 to be able to SSH into it. And then we're going to use VS Code to do the remote development part. So first, let's see what's my public address and copy it. I'm going to shell back into the development machine. And I'm just going to append my public key at the end of the authorized keys. So now I should be able to do some root, SSH root, to the virtual machine. Good. So one last configuration for VS Code is to make sure that we have configured it as an host in our SSH configuration file. So this is the configuration file. I'm going to do dev1. This is going to be this IP address, and I'm going to be user root. All right, so now I'm just going to switch to VS Code and to go develop on the virtual machine. So you see that my local machine, my workstation is pretty slow, and that's very interesting to have a remote development use case here, especially if I'm going to do compute greedy tasks, such as a Docker build that we will do. So first, we will need to go to the marketplace to install the remote development extension. So this is remote SSH. And it's the extension from Microsoft. I'm going to install it on my machine. And that's it. So now I can just do an SSH connection to the host. I'm going to select dev1, which is the virtual machine that we just launched. And there is a a quick installation part where VS Code is installing a VS Code server onto the virtual machine, and then we will just be able to use it as if we were working locally on our workstation. So you see that it's setting up and it's opening the workstation. All right, so now if I open a terminal on my VS Code, you see that I'm the root on Ubuntu, so I'm on the virtual machine. It has the same things as before, and I can use it to do some development. One good example here would be to do some Docker development, as we're going to do some Kubernetes on the cluster after that. So I'm very quickly going to do this apt update and apt install Docker IO. All right, so we spared you the installation time, but I do have Docker now installed on my virtual machine, and I'm going to use it to do some remote development from VS Code. So I'm just going to open a new Docker file. From there, I'm going to use, for example, I'm going to do some from Ubuntu, and let's say something like I'm going to run a command, and I'm going to say I'm going to do something pretty stupid just for the purpose of showing it. So let's do Docker file and Docker build it. So you see that it's pulling the Ubuntu image from Docker Hub, and then it will be building the additional layer that we added, which is just an entry point, so pretty quick to do. Then we're just going to run the image to make sure that everything's working properly on our virtual machine. And Docker run interactive. I mean, doesn't even have to be interactive. I'm just Docker run this one and say something like the classic hello world, and that's it. That's pretty easy. That's pulling the Ubuntu image from Docker Hub, and in the next video, we're going to use more images. You will find that on Docker Hub, Canonical is now publishing a lot of container images for open source applications that are fully secured and maintained, such as the Ubuntu base image. So that's pretty much it. What we've done today is that we launched a virtual machine on our LXD cluster on our microcloud, and we've used it to do some remote development with VS Code. And we've used a Docker tool to the virtual machine to build a very simple and pretty much stupid image. In the next video, we're going to do something a bit more complex. We're going to go through the whole Kubernetes installation.
All right, that was a lot of fun, and this demo really seems to be coming along. So let's keep it rolling. In the next video, as Valentin mentioned, we will tackle a step-by-step install of micro Kubernetes on the LXD cluster, followed by a simple deployment of one of Canonical's LTS Docker images found on Docker Hub. As a reminder, don't forget to like this video, follow our channel, ARM Software Developers, and stay tuned because the demo will continue in our next video.